Contract talks are finally done with Vince Dunn. Now we can all have some fun. I will see myself out. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. Vince Dunn is back in the blue and yellow, signing a 1-year, $1.875 million contract, which is arguably the best Blues contract this year that isn't an ELC. That is a fantastic cap hit for the player who was arguably the most consistent defenseman last year, at least during the regular season. Bubble was a different story, but literally nobody looked good in the bubble, so you can't really hold that against him. And I'm really happy that it's only a 1-year deal, because there are just so many unknowns going into next offseason. There are about 12 unrestricted free agents going into the 2021 offseason, so it's really nice that Doug Armstrong has a lot more wiggle room to really decide who he wants on the team going forward. He is setting himself up for success. Good on you, Doug. Good on you. This isn't going to be too long of a video. You know, there's not much really. And I know that Vince Dunn is going to be playing with a fire lit under his ass because next year's his arbitration year. He could ask for a lot to talk about. It's a very simple deal, a very simple contract, and it's super team friendly. But assuming that Mike Hoffman signs a contract in the neighborhood of $3.5 to $4.5 million, all the Blues have to do is put De La Rose and McEachran off of waivers, and they'll become cap compliant. I personally think Hoffman's going to ask for more than that, but I thought Dunn was going to re-sign for $2.5 to $3, so what do I know? But if you guys remember, just after the Blues were knocked out of the bubble, Doug Armstrong offered Vince a contract. I guess he just wanted to keep our heart rates high. It's not healthy, Doug. Part of the reason why the Blues are so successful outside of a bubble, apparently, is there's a good combination of speed, grit, size, and skill. And Craig Berube was a good combination of all four of those things while he was playing. So he knows how valuable Vince Dunn is to this team. And I'm sure he's had a few conversations with Doug Armstrong like, yo, you gotta keep this guy. And then look what happened. In his first true full season of pro hockey, he won the Stanley Cup. That's some good motivation to really kickstart the defense, and I think that's what the Blues need right now. And I just salivate at what he can become as a fully developed player. Oh man. And people seem to forget, but he was one of the most durable players on the Blues back end last year. He was the only Blues defender to play in all 71 games last season. And for 9 goals, 14 assists for 23 points and a plus 15, wow, 1.9 million's a freaking steal. And we all know that the NHL is totally rigged for new players in their first 7 years in pro hockey. It's pretty much a lock that Vince Dunn will stay here for a while until one of his expiring contracts renders him a UFA. But I think if Craig Berube and Doug Armstrong give him the opportunity, he will become the face of the Blues defense for years to come. Around the league, he'd average as a second-line D-man, but I think because the Blues defense is just so good this year, I think that he'll be playing on the third pair. Might see a little bit of power play time. I don't really expect that. He's not much of a penalty killer, but he can do it in a pinch. And oh, that wicked shot, though. I bet despite this season being 56 games, I think he'll hit 10 goals. And maybe another fight with Drake Caggiula. Oh, that'll be fun. Every team in the league knows that having a player like Vince Dunn brings fans into the building, because he's one of the players on the Blues that make hockey just fun to watch. Doug Armstrong knew that, and that's why he gave him a contract. But that also means that his trade value is pretty high. So if the Blues really get into a pinch, he's a good asset. But I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As of the time that I'm shooting this video, I'm at 85 subscribers, which is just insane to me. Keep a lookout, because at 100, I have a surprise for all of you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another aneurysm. I will see you guys in the next video. Let's go Blues.